Hello and welcome back to my shop. Today we're going to go over multi-tools, specifically credit card and keychain multi-tools. Specifically I want to go over this one, but I figured I would show off some of the ones that I have already had over the years, just to give an idea of similarities and differences between some of them. I'm going to start with the one that I don't use as often and work my way up. So this one here is one that's made in China. It usually comes with a case and a guide as to what they are, but unfortunately when you order from China they give you Chinese descriptions. So that hasn't really been useful for me. But this is the tool. It's a little credit card. You can see it's got all different tools all around the edge here. So what we've got here, try and show them off one at a time as I go over them. So this edge here, you got a knife, you got a bottle opener right here, and a can opener on this end, right there. There's a saw right here, flathead, which also doubles as a Phillips. It's in the way that it's cut, I suppose, is how they get by with that. You got a ruler on the one end here, and various wrench sizes here, here. And then this is what's called an ancillary tool, auxiliary tool. This is directional. You can use it as a compass. So you lay it flat on a surface and drop water in the center, magnetize a paper clip or a nail, and set it down on top of it, and it will point due north. So this one has been sitting in my wallet. I use this one time to time. It does come in handy when you don't have anything else on hand. Much like any of these tools, if you can't carry in your whole tool bag, it's nice to have something small to pull out when you're in a pinch. This one didn't get much use because it's in my wallet and I tend to forget about it. The downside to this one is the case they give you doesn't really hold up. It's supposed to be like this, and it fell apart. And I find that's the problem with most of these, especially when they have the knife edge, is that the cases that come with them don't last. I wouldn't say that this is the best steel in the world. It does say stainless steel on there, so it does hold an edge, but it does need lots of maintenance when you use it. So this is great in a pinch. I wouldn't use it constantly. The next one that I use quite often, I carried this one for a long time, but much like the other one, the case started falling apart. And because your knife edge is right here on it, that's what goes first. So much like the other one, it's got the same stuff. You got a ruler here, your oscillatory tool, your wrench, your screwdriver, your saw. The thing that this one has that the other one doesn't is a carabiner, so you can carry it around. But I found after a while when this case started going that it has a nice strap to keep it in place, but it ended up giving way. And this knife holds an edge better than the other one, and ended up cutting my hand when I would take my keys out. So I stopped carrying this one. I switched to this Gerber Shard here. The big difference to this one is it doesn't have a lot of the tools that the other two have on it. So this one is just your crowbar and your screwdrivers, flatheads, and this is your Phillips head, and then a bottle opener. Now I carried this at work, so when I didn't need to take out my whole tool kit, I would just take this out if I needed to touch something up with the Phillips or the flatheads, or just pry something. And this Gerber is actually really sturdy. I lifted office furniture with this. I carried this for a long time, and this was still on my work keys. I recommend this one highly. It's sturdy, doesn't flex. Surprised for a little tool how much girth it has to it. But what I really wanted to get into was this. This is the SOG Mach V. Now, you can find this on eBay running anywhere between, I got it for just shy of $3, and it goes anywhere from that to about 20 bucks if you want to buy it brand new from the company. They also knock off ones that run about $3 too that are identical to this. But this one really intrigued me specifically for one tool. Well, this is my first time looking into this, but much like all the other tools, it's got your standard bits on it. Got your wrench stuff up here. It's got, looks like a large flat head here, and smaller flat heads, and a Phillips head. Your bottle opener right in the center there, and it's got a pry bar on it. So I'd be curious to see how that works, being so flat. But I'm sure if you got something with leverage that it will work just fine. It feels sturdy. Doesn't really flex when I pull on it. But what this one has that all of the other ones that I just showed you doesn't have is it's got a knife sharpener. When I saw that, I figured I'd have to give that a try, because I can only imagine with a pocket or wallet tool, that's only going to be for touch-up of a knife. If it's already got an edge to it, pretty much. So I have a cheap knife here. It's in a lot worse shape than it used to be, but I figured I'd dull the edge and see how sharp I can make it. So it's already a little dull. It does more tearing than cutting. So I'm just going to take, and all you knife enthusiasts are going to cringe. I'm just going to score it across the edge here a few times and dull it, just to see what kind of edge I can. Yeah, see, that's more tearing. Let's hit it a few more times. Oh yeah, there's not much of an edge there anymore. So, alright, let's give this a go. It's got a lot of pull to it, so it feels like it's doing something. Cleans up the edge pretty nicely. But does it cut? That's what we're all here to see. I'd say it does about what I expected. It cleans up the blade. I don't know if you had a really bad bevel to it that it would clean that up, or chips or curves. You can see I got a little bit of a fold in the knife on the tip there. It didn't really do much to that, but I'd say it left a pretty decent edge. You sat and worked on it for a while, I bet it would do a nice sharpening to it. Oh yeah, that's pretty sharp. It's cutting even better than it was before. I could see myself carrying this around in a pinch to sharpen my pocket knives. So I would recommend it. Looks like it's got a smaller wrench here that looks like it would fit regular Phillips bits or drill bits. I'm curious to see how that works too. But it looks like it's also got a little bit of a knife edge here. I think that's for wire stripping, maybe cutting cord. Let me see if I can find a wire here. Give it a go. Always have loose wire around here somewhere. Let's see if we can do this. Not the cleanest cut. But it does strip the wire. Here, let's see that with the camera. But yeah, that stripped a lot of the wire off. For a few bucks, I don't think it's too bad. Well, that's all I got for you today. You can comment, subscribe, click the like button, and we'll see you next week.